Hello and welcome to LFC Focus. So it's been a bit of a mad evening so far, hasn't it? I mean, okay, starting off at 7 o'clock UK time, 8 PM French time, Lyon put out a statement saying that the Nabil Fekir deal was unequivocally, absolutely, 100% dead. Pretty much with no chance of coming back to life, and Liverpool fans and Liverpool Twitter have just gone into meltdown, to be perfectly honest. Apparently it's something to do with renegotiating the fees. It seems like something did happen in the medical after all that caused Liverpool to have a few doubts about the deal, and so they sort of decided to try and renegotiate the fee, bring it down a little bit. They basically thought that we don't want to spend 53 million quid on someone who might just only have one working knee for his entire Liverpool career. That seems to have put Lyon off massively. They've put out this statement saying that the deal's not going to happen and that it's completely off and he will be a Lyon player going into next season. And then, like I said, everyone went into meltdown. It was absolute tragedy and travesty and an absolute mess all over Twitter. And then about 45 minutes later, David Maddock of the Mirror, a relatively trustworthy source, although who knows who to trust in this summer transfer window at this rate, given what's gone on so far, has said that the deal isn't actually dead and Liverpool will look to resume negotiations after the World Cup. So starting off with reaction to the first thing, I mean, it's just mad, isn't it? It just feels like anything that Liverpool do, Liverpool can do better the season after. It's just crazy what's going on with this transfer saga at the moment. I feel like we've got ourselves into a bit of a sticky situation by trying to negotiate with Lyon. They certainly don't seem like the easiest club to try and negotiate a transfer with. Certainly Jean-Michel Aulas, their president, seems like a really annoying fella to get a deal thrashed out with. And I think while people have obviously criticised Liverpool for the way they've handled the deal and the fact that, you know, with all of it being over the line, medicals done, club interviews supposedly done, who really knows at the end of the day whether that leak was authentic or not, everything done, bids agreed and fees agreed and everything like that, and then suddenly Liverpool decide to renegotiate the fee, and everyone's first thought is that, you know, it's cheapskate FSG and FSG should be out, we need proper owners with proper money and things like that. But I think at the end of the day, I kind of agree that you don't want to be spending 53 million quid on a player who's crocked, and if Liverpool did buy him and he missed 90% of his games in his first season, then people would be actually saying, well, what the hell have we bought this fella for in the first place? So I can kind of see where they're coming from. But clearly it's rubbed Lyon up the wrong way. Clearly there's been something to do with it that means that we've gone about it the wrong way. However, the fact that we're potentially going to go into it again after the World Cup, I mean, you know, it's a proper transfer saga. It's going to go on forever at this rate, this one. It really does feel like it's going to drag on right through to the end of the window. But the fact that we're going to go into it again after the World Cup, for me, feels like Lyon have basically just got their way, because they know the player's going to leave. As much as they're putting out these statements saying that he's going to stay at the club and he'll be a Lyon player next season and stuff like that, really sort of, you know, putting their balls on the table and making themselves look like the big man, at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to stay, because he doesn't want to stay at Lyon. Liverpool want him, and you don't really want a player, especially your captain, sticking around at the club when all they're going to do is stink out the place, kick their heels, and be miserable. I mean, just look at Naby Keita at RB Leipzig this season. I think RB Leipzig made the wrong decision to keep him, because he wasn't hugely important to them at the end of the day, because they didn't really do anything brilliantly this season, and he kind of caused some problems through disciplinary records and stuff like that. So I can still see him leaving, but obviously Lyon absolutely want to get the best price and the best possible deal for him, and the best way to do that is to drag out the negotiations for as long as possible. And Liverpool coming back in and trying to sort of drop the fee down a little bit has just given them the perfect opportunity to kind of pull the plug on the deal, say it's not going to happen, and then make us come crawling back to them later on in the window and actually counter their demands and give them whatever money they want. So yeah, I think Liverpool, yeah, you can say they messed up on this one. Yeah, you can say we probably should have just got the deal over the line. But I think hindsight's 20/20. And at the time, you know, before it was revealed that Lyon were pulling out of negotiations, you thought that maybe, you know, what could possibly go wrong with Liverpool going back in and maybe just trying to knock a few euros off the fee to make sure that they don't take a huge hit if this fella does turn out to be crocked 24/7 or anything like that. Clearly, in hindsight, we have made a mistake, but I'm just hoping that Liverpool can get this deal over the line. And at the end of the day, what is the extra money to us, really? I mean, it's not 20 million quid or 10 million quid or even 5 million quid coming out of your pocket. And if the deal gets done later on in the window, it's still done. He's still a Liverpool player for next season. I mean, fans these days are always clamouring for 24/7 football news. We live on those 24-hour news cycles where if you haven't heard anything positive for 24 hours, then it means everything's gone to shit and everything's horrible. That's just the way that football fans' minds seem to work these days in the current media climate and everything like that. But I just think if we get the deal over the line before the end of the window, it doesn't really matter how much we pay for him. It doesn't really matter how late we get it done. Obviously, we'd like it done early as possible. We want him taking part in pre-season and everything like that. But the most important thing is that Nabil Fekir becomes a Liverpool player. And like I said, this is a proper transfer saga. It's been clear for a while now. This is not going to be a Fabinho, bish, bash, bosh, done and dusted, straight out announcement an hour after we've said that we're even interested in the fella. It's not going to be that kind of signing. It is going to be horrible. It's going to take ages. It's not going to be fun for anyone involved. But the most important thing is that Liverpool come out the other end, having Nabil Fekir as their player and having got the best possible deal they could have got under the circumstances. Like I said, Lyon are horrible to negotiate with. They're clearly no fun to work with, and that's just kind of a fact of life. Occasionally you're going to work with a situation like that. I mean, you look at the Pogba transfer, for example, for Man United, 89 million quid. A great signing for them. Obviously, it hasn't really gone great for him, but a fantastic signing at the time. It took them all summer to get that deal over the line because there are so many issues around wages and fees and agent fees and all that kind of stuff and add-on clauses and things like that that just make things so complicated. And yet we've overcomplicated things for ourselves at the end of the day. I'm not going to be a Liverpool apologist or a Michael Edwards apologist or a Barry Hunter apologist or anything like that and say that nothing's gone wrong. Clearly we've made a mistake. But if there's anything we learned from the Van Dijk saga, it's that you should let Liverpool learn from their mistakes because at the end of the day, everything turned out fine. Yeah, we had to wait. Yeah, we probably had to pay a little bit over the odds, but things will turn out fine in the end, hopefully. I'm sorry if this wasn't the rant that some of you were looking for. I mean, I just feel numb to the pain now, to be honest. Liverpool have messed us around so much in transfer windows over the years that I just don't feel like losing my rag over everything that goes wrong every single minute of every single day. I just feel like this is one of them where you've just got to be glass half full about it and wait for the thing to happen, because hopefully one day we'll see Nabil Fekir in a Liverpool shirt. But yeah, absolutely mad evening so far. Who knows? I might be putting out a video in a couple of hours saying that Nabil Fekir signed for Liverpool and the whole thing's been announced. We just don't know at this stage. And it does feel like the press aren't necessarily on top of things. Lyon are saying that the deal's completely dead. The English press are saying that Liverpool are still going to be going back in after the World Cup. So at the end of the day, no one really knows anything. But I mean, it's fine having the news that we've got at the moment. We're just going to have to go on that for now. And like I said, hopefully it all comes out in the wash. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button there if you're new around here. Check out some of the other transfer news videos that have been out on the channel over the past few days as well. Don't forget to follow at LFC Focus TV on Twitter. And I'll see you in a bit when hopefully I've sorted out the setup and made it look a lot nicer. Anyway, bye for now.